Hey, Coach. Hope you're doing well. Can you just kind of update us on the progress? At least, I guess the report will come out, but on guys that haven't played for a while, like Winfield Jr., Cansey, Goedeke, and for that matter, Graham Barton, since he hadn't practiced.
McCancy was full, so he'll play. Winfield was limited. He did a lot of things, and that'll probably be a game time decision, but he's very close if he doesn't play, but hopefully he can. Goedeke passed his test, so he's trending forward that way. Barton will be out.
Okay, and then since Barton is out, obviously you have a guy in Robert Hainsey that started for you at center. How much of a luxury is that, and what kind of job do you think he'll do?
I mean, it's a great luxury. Hainsey's very smart. He's very tough, and the guys are very comfortable with him down the line. So we have chemistry down there with him as well. So it's a big luxury having him.
Thanks, Coach.
Greg Allman.
I can't hear you, Greg.
Sorry. I was just asking if you can clarify if there's any players besides Barton that you're ruling out at this point.
Izian will be out. Cam Johnson will be out. Trey Palmer will be out.
Okay. At safety, do you feel good? I mean, you didn't mention, I'm sorry, you didn't mention Whitehead. Do you feel good about where he is?
He had 2 good days, so I feel good about where he is right now.
Todd, is it concerning at all? You had kind of the 3 extra days, kind of the mini bye, if you will, and the injury list managed to get longer. Is there anything you'd point to, or just coming off a physical game Thursday?
Just coming off a physical game Thursday, then that past Sunday, there's nothing else to point to. I mean, we got guys banged up. Everybody's dealing with it all over the league. Get them healthy as soon as possible.
At receiver with 2 out, is Ryan Miller likely the elevation at this point?
He'll be one of the guys between Ryan Miller and maybe Canoe because he returns punts, so we'll make that decision later on.
Scott Reynolds.
Todd, with the team heading to New Orleans on Tuesday, as opposed to maybe later in the week, just due to the timing of the hurricane, did that help you from a preparation standpoint in terms of being able to get these practices in and having a little bit of a routine this week because you guys went up so early in the week?
It helped us stay normal because Tuesday is normally the players' day off and coaches' game plan. Probably the coaches had to do more Monday night than Tuesday evening, but for the players, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday practice and meetings were exactly the same. So we kept that as normal as possible. So that helped going up on Tuesday.
Without giving away any game plans or anything, but you had mentioned the Friday after the Falcons game at our press conference that maybe you were a little limited in not being able to use a dime defense, which you admitted is part of your package because of the injury at safety to Winfield. But with his return, is that something that you have as an option now, or will the injury to Izian prevent you from having enough safeties to maybe deploy that if you wanted to?
It's always an option. A lot of it has to do with the game plan and who we're playing and what we're up against. So it'll show itself. I'm not exactly sure when. Could be Sunday, but it could be later on as well.
Thanks, Coach.
Jenna Lane.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned Luke Goedeke cleared the concussion protocol. That's great news. Does that mean that he will, in fact, play? Because I know that he got injured week 1 and it's week 6 now.
Well, he's trending that way. He had a good week of practice. Barring any setbacks, he should be scheduled to play.
Gotcha. Yeah. So from a conditioning standpoint, again, he practiced in full all week. How does he look in that regard?
He looks good. Obviously, you can't tell until the game because you only can do so much in practice, but he looks fresh. He looks healthy, so he's ready to go.
Thank you.
Steve Isbitz.
Hey, Coach. With Devin White becoming a free agent this week, is he somebody you've been in contact with? And is he somebody you would consider possibly for the roster if necessary?
Had not been in contact with him, especially this week. My hands been kind of full. We consider everybody. We see what we come up with and how many injuries come along. And, me and Jason will talk every day. And, if it's something that comes up, we'll take a look at it. But obviously, he's played here before. He has a lot of history, but we've kind of had our hands full this week to worry about anything else on the outside.
And Coach Logan Hall, is there anything this week or maybe even just very recently that lets you be confident that he'll keep taking the strides that he made last game?
We're confident in him, and he's taking steps every year, even if it hadn't shown up in the sack category. He's gotten very good in the run game last year and using his hands. He's translating that to pass rush things that he can do better, and he's applying them. And he's getting them down pretty good, and you can see it showing in his pass rush.
Thanks, Coach.
JC Allen.
I can't hear anything, JC.
Hey, Coach, just want to confirm, Jalen McMillan, is he out for this game or is he a game time decision? And then Rashad White, what's his status as well?
McMillan will be up. Rashad will be a game time decision.
And then as far as just the school with Goedeke coming back, you just talk about, obviously that Lions game was a little bit rough, but just the job he did filling in afterwards.
Well, he did an admirable job. I think he struggled a little bit against Detroit, against a good player, and he settled down after that. And we kind of changed some things up down there to help him. He settled in, and he did an admirable job for us.
We have time for a few more. We'll go to Greg Alman.
You guys opened the practice window for Ernest Brown on the defensive line. I wasn't sure if he'd shown you enough where he was in play for Sunday, or if he's likely needing more time before he's able to address.
He's going to need a little more time.
Okay. Thank you, Todd.
Scott Reynolds.
Todd, last year when KJ Britt was inserted into the starting lineup, you still used Devin White in rotation as in a platoon on passing downs, and we saw that with Servassier Dennis this year to start the season. With Servassier going out on that Eagles game and then having a short week to prepare, basically with two walkthroughs, you didn't have maybe time to get another linebacker in rotation. Is JJ Russell someone who you might platoon with KJ Britt, or is KJ Britt going to be your down in, down out linebacker, middle linebacker?
He's an option depending on the package. KJ will be in a bunch of packages, and we have other packages that are DB and backer orientated. So depending on how the game goes and how we want to deploy it, everybody will have their chance to be ready. We just got to make sure when they get in there, they're ready to go.
And also, too, how is Antonio Greer, now that he's gotten transitioned from a practice squad player running other teams' defenses on the cards for you to running your defense in practice? How has he looked in these last couple of weeks?
He's one of those guys that's been locked in mentally. We've been traveling him anyway. He's locked in mentally. He's a good teams player for us right now. And if we have to use him, we feel comfortable. He can go in and make the calls and get the job done.
Thanks, Coach.
JC Allen.
Hey, Coach, just want to ask you about Raheem Jarrett, how he's coming along, especially, with the banged up wide receiver room, if he's close to maybe coming off injured reserve.
I've seen him running pretty good out there the past couple of weeks. He's coming along pretty well. I got to check with the trainers to see how close he is, but he's moving a lot better.
All right, that's all we have. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.